Hello again, everyone. This video is in part in response to a request from a viewer, and that is about cutting out. They said they were impressed with my cutting out, so I thought I would combine cutting a bit of a tutorial with cutting out with making an image to cut out. What I wanted to use were these, I think these are Global Land, either Global Land or Origarch or something it's called. Bought them on Amazon. But when you stamp these, the dies that come with them are in two parts and you have to put them together. However, if you wish to have them absolutely close together, you can't use the dies, you'd have to cut them out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use just this first one at the bottom here. I'm going to stamp them and cut them out. I'm a bit of a grumpy old woman. I hate the expression fussy cutting. It seems to me like one of those gimmicky words. You hear executives on meetings talking all these sort of buzzwords. I just don't like fussy cutting. Somebody called it cussy cutting. I think that's a lot more nearer the truth, should I say. So let me I just call it cutting out. It's what you're doing after all, it's cutting out, isn't it? So I think this could probably do with a bit of re-ink. I'm using Memento this time. These Nuvo markers don't seem to worry too much about VersaFine Clair. Yeah, they don't seem to worry too much about that. But the other day, I got out some old Copics, and they were smudging with VersaFine Clair, whereas they're fine with Memento. So I just thought I'd try Memento with these, and it doesn't seem to be sticking to the stamps terribly well, does it? Never mind, we will see. Let's just try this. This is the upper wings. Let's see what it's like. It's not brilliant, is it really? Let me try the VersaFine Clair just to see the difference. It may well be that this ink pad needs re-inking, so we'll just have a little look at the difference already. Can you see? That is really much bolder. Let's just see. Look at the difference. I will actually re-ink this just to see if it makes a difference. Here's my re-inker. Let's just put some onto here. Okay. Give it just a moment to sink in. Here's another piece of scrap. Let's just try it. Makes a difference already, doesn't it? Oh, we're better. That's what the problem was. Okay, we will stick for the moment to the Memento. Let's do the tail. Yeah, obviously got a bit dry. Now I'm going to put this as close as I can. And I've left a bit of a gap, actually. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I'm anxious about trying not to get my head in the way. And I probably did it anyway. Let's just see. One. Try and get it a little bit closer this time. There we go, that's better, that's better. Right, I'm just going to do just a quick bit of colouring, just to make it worthwhile cutting out. And I'm just going to do just a little shading. I'm not going to bother with the individual elements of these wings. Just going to do just a little. Obviously, I think if you saw the video where I made this set into a butterfly, I said that I didn't like, or not that I didn't like, the body part here didn't fit with the die for the body part. So if you're doing it this way, I'll need to use the stamp. In that case, I just use the die, but for this one, I'll have to stamp that on, so I can just do it in a minute. Right, let's just go over this. And because I've used Memento, there is no smearing of the alcohol ink with the ink from the ink pad. Often one just, you know, dissolves the other and smears it. So let's just do this. This is just no great shakes. This is just to have something kind of to cut out. Okay, let's just stamp the little body part on now. Just get a tiny little block for this. And some ink. It doesn't matter which ink I use. I did the VersaFine for this because I'm not going to go over it. I do love VersaFine. Always have. Right, this is going to go onto there. Okay, so there's my butterfly. Now, this is the part of the video that I'm actually intending making the focus of, and that is cutting out. Now, when you want to cut out, you don't want to have a huge piece that's miles larger than the image that you're actually cutting. So cut it down to start with, so you've got a more manageable sized piece of card. The next thing is the size of scissors that you're going to use. If you're going to cut out something that you want long straight lines, you will have scissors with very long blades. If you're going to cut out something intricate like this, you will need something with much shorter blades. For years, I used these. These are by a company called Nexus. They're stainless steel, and these are the scissors that the kids in my class at school used for cutting out. These are the scissors that most of those kids learnt to cut out with. And for years, I used them, loved them. But fairly recently, I bought myself these. The reason being, they have got a pointy bit. Occasionally, I do need scissors to actually snip the end. Very rarely do it, but sometimes I do. So getting the right kind of scissors is important. The next thing is how you hold them. Lots of the kids, when they come to school, they kind of go like this, you know, and they just snip, snip, snip. But if you want control, you need to put one finger around the scissors and the other one through. I know I'm teaching my grandma to suck eggs, really, but some people may never have been taught and just didn't pick up, you know, the most efficient way of doing it. So that's it. When you look at the thing you're going to cut out, you look at the bit that's got a lot of intricate corners or whatever of it, because they are difficult to do last because you haven't got much to hold on to. So I would always start with those first. You have to decide whether you're going to leave a margin or whether you're going to actually cut on the line. So that's entirely personal. So I'm going to actually leave a margin. So the scissors are going to be facing the same direction practically all the time. There will be slight movements, but not much at all. The main movement of the card will be done with the holding hand. So, got that far, turn it. And the scissors don't actually ever close. I used to say to the children, open and squeeze. You just squeeze the scissors. You don't snip with them, you just squeeze. And it's a very sort of gradual process. And as you are squeezing, that other hand is moving the card that you are cutting at, the card paper, whatever it happens to be. The only time you kind of open and squeeze, if you're doing a long bit, the rest of the time you're kind of pushing. I'm not really snipping. I'm kind of pushing the card into the mouth of the scissors. I used to tell the kids that it was a crocodile, and he was a very hungry crocodile, very greedy crocodile, and he always had his mouth open because he was looking for something to bite, something to nibble, something to eat. So the left hand, or the hand that's holding, is doing the movement, the turning of the card. The other hand is pretty much in the same direction the whole time. So round the corner we go. It's only when you've got a long piece like that you saw the scissors open and close, really. So I'm not going to go round these lines because you can't do that really with scissors. It's, you know, they're too thin. If you were doing a cutting on the line and you got to something like these, there is a cheats way of doing that. So if you cut out the main body of the whatever you've stamped, cut it out, cut the feelers off, and when you stick your cutout onto your project, you stick it onto a previously stamped one, and it just goes in the same place. So there we go. That's kind of it, really. So open and squeeze, don't snip, right size scissors, and hopefully you'll be away. I know some people have, you know, difficulty with hands, you know, with arthritis or whatever, so it is tricky. But in the ordinary way, choose some that are comfortable. These have got a nice soft grip inside. These are hard plastic. These are kind of softer. What's the name of them? I will actually find the name of these. Beelative, it looks like, or I can't really see, but I will find, I can put them on Amazon. I'll find a link and I'll put it in the description below. So, happy cutting. Not cussy cutting, happy cutting. Okay. Thanks for watching. My numbers are fluctuating again. Do please check your subscriptions. It would be a great help to me. And if you can like and subscribe, wonderful. And as ever, thanks so much for watching.